Hey guys, my name is Savannah Sanchez and I'm a digital marketing specialist here at Common Thread Collective. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how to scale your target audience ad sets and what to do when your ad set stops working. So you've found a great target audience on Facebook or Instagram advertising, also referred to as an ad set, that's gotten off to a great start. Now, before you increase that budget on that ad set by tenfold, keep these best practices in mind first. Alrighty, so here's your first tip on scaling your ad set. Our first tip on scaling your ad set is to increase your budget incrementally. That means increasing your budget for your ad set 10 to 20% per day. This is to allow Facebook's algorithm to do its thing and to not break the algorithm. So basically, what you want to do is increase your budget maybe by $50 per day and then go back 24 hours later and see how that ad set is doing. Tip 2. Once you've made a small budget increase to your ad set, wait at least 24 hours before scrutinizing the data. This is so you can collect adequate information about your ROAS, cost per clicks, cost per add to carts, cost per checkout initiated, all of your key metrics. You want to allow at least a day for Facebook to serve these ads to your niche and then go back to analyze the data. Tip number 3. So once you've increased the budget on your ad set and you've allowed at least 24 hours to let Facebook do its thing and you have enough time to collect the data, now it's time to decide. Is it time to increase my budget even more? Or is this target audience working with these creatives that I've chosen? Sometimes the creatives that you've chosen for that target ad set might not be perfectly targeted for that audience. So you want to make sure that the creatives that are living inside that ad set are really working for that target audience that you're going for. Otherwise, consider maybe trying a new target audience that's more specific to the creatives that you're putting on Facebook. Tip number 4 when scaling your ad sets. Now it's time to analyze your conversion rate. So let's just say you're driving a lot of traffic to your site, but now people aren't converting. Now it's time to think, is it really a targeting or an audience issue? Is it a creative issue, or is it a full-on website issue? If the website's the issue and you're driving quality traffic but people aren't converting on your site, now it's time to analyze, is my website mobilely optimized correctly, or is the user experience the problem? My last tip when scaling your ad sets is to consider your target audience and whether that niche is too specified and it's going to be too expensive on Facebook to prospect. So for example, if you're targeting a very niche audience, a really small audience, maybe you've exhausted that audience and there isn't room to scale. So adding a few extra $100 a day isn't going to be the answer. So what I recommend for you in this scenario is to try a broader audience. Try not to layer too many targeted audiences on top of each other. This way you can have room to scale. So for example, at CTC, we try to have audiences between the size of 1 to 2 million people in the United States. This way, if we find an audience that's working, we can bump it up by 10 to 20% budget a day, and we have room to scale this audience. But if we start with an audience that's too small, let's just say this audience is really targeted and only has 10,000 people in this audience. Maybe we exhaust this audience in only a week. And even if we find a lot of success in this audience, it doesn't matter because we've exhausted it and we can't keep showing them the same creatives over and over again. So my last tip is make sure that your audience is wide enough to scale so that you can keep increasing budget day after day. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. It can be really frustrating when you're trying to scale your audiences on Facebook. It's really going back to the drawing board process of finding different audiences to try, whether you're trying by different demographic information such as male, female, age, or interests, or you're trying your different lookalikes. It's really a trial and error process in a lot of ways. But it's also really important to learn from your mistakes. Go back to your audiences, see which ones had really high click-through rates or ones that converted well in the past when you're creating your new audiences. So this way, when you're going back to that ideation method, that it's easier for you to find new audiences to scale. All right, that's it for my tips. I hope you enjoyed this segment on how to scale your audiences. If you want more information, please visit the Common Thread Collective website and look at our resources there. Thank you.